Hello. Welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course, Panini Ashtadhayayi Sthapatya, lesson 42. During this lesson, our focus is to remain upon Sup Sthapatya. Sup is 11, Sthapatya is 22. Together it makes 33, and it is the Ishan cone. It is the north, it is the southeast, it is the southwest reach. So this 8-directional frame takes us to 33 is Ishan cone, and it takes to Agan cone. Agan cone is 30 and it is H8. So this Sthapatya will take us along this. It is going to be the northeast. So it is southwest. So southwest to northeast is going to be the direction of this Sthapatya. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic order, Vedic Sthapatya, Vedic systems, Vedic knowledge, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies shall have a concentrative look, visit to this formulation, and this formulation as it is deserves to be entered in one's TCV dictionary, and its Sthapatya referencer as well deserves to be up-to-dated with respect to this formulation. This formulation with its translation into numbers takes us to 33, and it is this direction, and it is this when it is further translated into Sthapatya, letters to numbers and numbers to Sthapatya. When we are for Sthapatya, then we have to sequentially see that first Su, it is 6, it is H2. 6 is the perfect number. It is 1 plus 2 plus 3, and it is unique as its product as well is 6. It is the first and it is the only perfect number in respect of which the addition and multiplication of the proper divisors is the same and is equal to the number itself. It is this feature which further helps us appreciate 6 is a Surya Ank. And still further, it would be blissful to take note that it is the TC value of A, the first letter of the Ganita Sutras. So, Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras, the Vedic Ganit Sutra, or the mathematics base of the Vedic knowledge, it is of the Panini Ashtadhayayi Sthapatya of its Sup, of which the first pratyaya, first Sup is Su, it is 6, it is the first letter of Ganita Sutra, Eka Adhikain Purvain. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies, Panini Ashtadhayayi, and the Vedic Vyakaran shall sit comfortably and have a concentrative visit 2, the first sup pratyaya su with its letters translation is 6, taking to this number's translation. And then this sthapatya takes us to H2, and H2 as 6 ultimately will take us to Ajanama, means that is born of its own. And it is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well, as this as dimension will take us 143, which is going to be 11 into 13 into 11, and it's 13 into 11 which makes together 24, and it is this which will take us to synthetic format of the G511 getting superimposed upon G613, and it is this feature which will take us to 24 as a Purusha. So sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies, Vedic sthapatya, and the sthapatya of the Panini Ashtadhayayi shall begin with the formulation sup sthapatya and sequentially reach at all these features of sup sthapatya as 11, 22, 33, taking us to Ishan cone, which direction will take us to the Agen cone. And you know this 33 plus 30 is going to be 63, and you know it is Om Namah Shivaya. It is the formulation which will help us appreciate as to how the Thapatya miring rod is the format which will take us to the flow of a transcendental content. If we are having a Sthapatya miring rod, then there will be flow along this format of the transcendental content. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with these features shall update one's TCV dictionary as well as the Sthapatya as to how the transcendental content will flow along. It is this transcendental content flow 21 multiplied by 5 is going to be 105, and this feature will help appreciate as to how it all the Vyakaran is the mathematized, so one shall appreciate as that the Vedic knowledge reaching us as a speaking language is the language of this Vyakaran, which is taking us to 24. It is 10 plus 14, and 10 you know is hypercube 3, and 14 is hypercube 4, and it is this that hypercube 3 is manifesting as the boundary. It is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well with respect to the formulation Vyakaran. So Vyakaran is going to be a very, very beautiful feature, and it is this feature which deserves to be appreciated, that this 10 will take us to 11 as small h3, and it will take us to 13 as a chit. One shall sit comfortably and permit the transcending mind to be parallel with this phenomenon. So 10 and 14 in ascending order is 11, and it in descending order is 13. It is this feature of reversal of orientations and consequential remaining unified. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic knowledge systems Vedic organization format of basis-based Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras shall sit comfortably and permit the transcending mind to be parallel with these features. One shall update one's TCV dictionary as the Sthapatya referencer, beginning with the formulation Sup Sthapatya of TC values 11 and 22 together as 33, parallel with the TC value of Ishan cone, which takes us to the again cone, and this is H8 representative regular body of 8 space, and together is 63, which is Om Namah Shivaya, means the format for the flow of a transcendental content, 5-space content flowing along the format of a Sthapatya ring rod. Sthapatya ring rod, we know, is having Lord Vishnu as its presiding deity, while its Mayor is having Brahma, and this phenomenon is meant for the flow of a transcendental content, that is Shiva. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic systems, Vedic knowledge, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies shall sit comfortably and permit the transcending mind to glimpse and imbibe all these features, beginning with the first Supratyaya Su. Then sequentially one is to cover all the 27. So for the singles, it is first is Su, it is 6, and the second is it is 10, and 6 is taking us to H2, while 10 is taking us to H3. So it is this feature that we are having 0, 1, 2, and 3 as hypercube 2, that is a surface, and at next step we are reaching at 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is hypercube 3, and we know 3 space plays the role of origin of a 2 space. So in a way we are having twofold reach sequentially from 2 to 3, which is from 2 space hypercube 2 to hypercube 3, and further it is also inward as 2 spaces having 3 space as a origin. One shall sit comfortably and comprehend this feature of simultaneous outward and inward expansions. One shall update one's TCB dictionary and as well as the Sthapatya referencer and sequentially reach it from this first soup of singles to the second, and then the third will take us to Ta, which is 5. Let us see what 5 is. Now 5 is half of 10. Further, 5 is G2 5 geometries of 2 space. So this square, which has an origin Q, so these together 2 plus 3 make a 5, and also 2 space is having 5 versions. That is, when we are having all the 4, then we are having all the 3, then we have only 2 of the directions, then we have only one of the side being intact, and ultimately when all the 4 boundary lines are absent. This zero signature, 1 signature, 2 signature, 3 signature, and 4 signature geometries of 2 space are there here in this context, and further it will take us to that a raised to power 5 is 10 b raised to power 4. See how here at this stage in relation to the previous stage is having a coordination, and it is this coordination which deserves to be appreciated, as that here is a domain and here is the boundary. So from boundary, we are reaching at a domain, and it ultimately takes us to, you see, 5 space. Sadhkas fulfilled with intensity effort shall sit comfortably and permit the transcending mind to have a sequential reach from first 6 to second 10 to third, and see the fourth, it is going to be of 11. It is this 11 which takes us to the 11 geometries of a 5 space. So Hypercube 5 is having as many as 11 versions. It is this feature which will further help us appreciate we're having 11 Rudra, the 11 incarnations of Lord Shiva, or Lord Shiva manifesting as 11 Rudras. The next stage again is 11, and it is here where we will appreciate that 11 is H3, and then again 11 is H3, and both together are taking us to H6. Sit comfortable. See as to how the first stage is 6, second is 10, third is 5, fourth is 11, fifth again is 11. We know that 1 to 4 is having 5 factors. How is it that fourth and fifth are interrelated? And it is this relationship which ultimately, for them as together, will take us to H6. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be with parallel with Vedic systems shall see that at the next stage, that is at the 6th stage, there is going to be a feature which means we are reaching it, and it is 8. 6 space takes us to 8 space, and then ultimately is D, and it is 7. See, we are at 6 space, it has 7 space as an origin, and 6 space itself as dimension takes us to 8 space. It is this feature which deserves to be comprehended. It is 7, 8, and 6. How the cyclic order. Ved is a vrit. Ved is vrit. It is 21, and Ved is 20, and it is the Sandhi 6, and Gap's value is 20. So it is 21 and 20, which will make 41. It means along the soul syllable Om from the Bindu Sarovar, the flow takes us up to the Swastik Pada. It is 1 to 44. It is Gadita Sutra 10, and it is Hanuman. Ram Bhakta Hanuman. Sadhakas fulfilled with the intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems shall sit comfortably and permit the transcending mind to glimpse and imbibe as to how the Hanuman, the Gadita Sutra 10, value 41, and it is going to be the 21 is Sthapatya ring rod, having the gaps 20, together is 41. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems, Vedic knowledge, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies, Sthapatya of Panini Ashtadhayayi shall sit comfortably and permit the mind to be parallel with these features as to how the soup as singles 1 to 7 as 7 steps are sequentially taking us to Sthapatya 6, 10, 5, 11, 11, and then it is going to be 8 and 7. It is this 8 which is transforming as 9, and it is this 9 which takes us to 7, and 9 is having 8 as gaps. All these features deserve to be added in one's referencer. Once we are parallel with these 7 singles, then naturally we have to take up the doubles. The soups doubles as O is 9, as ought is 12, as bhyam 20, again 20, next also 20, then it is osh, it is 10, and when it is 24. It is 4 plus 6. It is 4 multiplied by 6. These all features deserve to be comprehended well. You know, we are having a cube as a 9-point fixation. It is this 9-point fixation which leads us to 12 edges. So 9 points fixation take us to 12 edges. Sit comfortably and then see that 1 to 12 as numbers take us to 1 to 20 as factors, and see how it is 3 times that we know that in a format we can have 3 functionals and 1 as unmanifest. It is Om, A, U, Mahalant, and Om. It is this feature which will help us appreciate how these things are organized 20, 20, and 20. And then see we are having half of it 10, and also we are having here 4 plus 6 transforming as 4 into 6, 24, and when it is 2 times it becomes 48, and when it is 48 it goes dimension to dimension of the creators of space. Sit comfortable, be parallel with it, imbibe these values, make entries in this Sthapatyayi rod, formatted second formulation into one's Sthapatya referencer, and this Sthapatya referencer for its third will take us to, now we will be having just, it is 8, shush, it is 6, see it is in the reverse order now, 8 taking to 6, then it is bis, see it is 13, then it is bhyas,